the people of Ibarapa and Okeogun put pressure on SUNDAYIGBO, and they know that he's famous. He has security advantage. They have to call him that he should come and assist them. He caught all of us in a way. But notwithstanding, anybody that go against him will be an enemy of Yoruba land, because Yoruba are in pain of the issue of insecurity. Now, if you clamp down on SUNDAYIGBO, 100 SUNDAYIGBO will come, because people realize that they have to protect themselves at all means. Any interview SUNDAYIGBO granted, he hailed the Obas, he hailed everything, because it's so strategical. People may thought he's illiterate, but he has a native intelligence, and is highly intelligent. But in our own history, our Yoruba internal crisis or internal battle is almost be 78. Even the Fulani people that we are saying is just about 25 or 23%.
And a few things that he told you about Nigeria at the time. Do you see some of these things coming to pass barely 1 month after the interview we had?
Well, I don't want you to tag me as a religious leader. And when I talk on the perspective, based on what happened in 2020, after a year after, we believe good things will happen. Yoruba will tell you, you will never hear a bad word on the leaders. So when we want to talk about issue, we must pray for a country, we must predict a good thing that will happen to a country. So you won't expect me that, even though I know that something that is not okay will happen, we'll be thinking that let us use prayer to avert it. So definitely you will see me be saying, well, something will happen. Even though it's a threat. If you say that, you are causing a security threat. Especially you are not a cleric. If it's a cleric, it will bounce his chest that this is what God told me. But I'm a freedom fighter, even though I was being given honorary apostle. So definitely, you don't turn me to somebody who predicts everything. No, I'm not in that level. But apart from full time, I don't want you to tell me that somebody like a cleric that will be predicting. No, it's not my beat, and it's not part of my destiny. So what I'm saying is that as one of the leaders in Nigeria, I must see good thing will happen next year.
Okay, so looking at the crisis we've had in Yoruba land the past few days, what would you say about it first? What was your first impression when you heard about some of these crises? I mean, SUNDAYIGBO saying that Fulanis should vacate. But what do you think about that in the first place?
Well, I think Sunday is some pressure from his people. There is a pressure, it's from Ibarapa Okeogun, the same area within Oyo State. And is somebody that have a security antecedent. So definitely there must be a pressure from him, from his people to him, and he must hurt. And the heart, the first attempt is that he went to go and warn Seriki. Although we met last, that was 2013, and we spoke last, that was October, when the incident of protest happened, the protest of Ibadan, not NSAS protest. That the BBC interview called me and I spoke. People started calling us that. So we spoke about 2 times. That was the last time we spoke. But I would not be one of the people that would blame him. Because when you are living in an area that people thought you have a security advantage to protect them, they will call you upon to come and assist them. That was what happened. And all blame should go to the law enforcement agent. Assuming the issue of rule of law prevail in that area, there is no individual that will have right to involve in security issues. Because if those who kidnap, those who maim and destroy farms were being arrested and prosecuted, and there was peace and tranquility, there was no need for SUNDAYIGBO to go and meet Seriki and warn him. No, the warning now triggered to another thing. It now become a national issue. It become a global issue. So when you allow violence to start from beginning, we got to a state that you can't contain it anymore. Because ordinary person will take law into to his hand. Because in position I am now, I will not encourage anybody to take law into their hand. But when people are being provoked, you can't stop them. When people are being provoked, you can't stop them. It's about life and property. Even I, that came from Ondo State, that is living in Lagos, the report I've got in Ibarakwa and Okiogun it will not be less than 150 reports. Destroying farm, kidnapping, killing. And we go through the situation. No single person has been jailed by the law enforcement agent or court of law in Oyo State. And that we allow another people to join. And as I'm saying, it's not only the Fulani Herdsmen that are involved in this crime. We have some Yoruba people that connive with them. We have got some information that Yoruba people was the one that told them that these people has a lot of money. This is the person that you can kidnap. He wants also amount of money. And we even got an information that some Yoruba people prepare food for them in the forest. So, Bikule back pani to deal with pani. So, the people of Ibarakwa and Okiogun put pressure on SUNDAYIGBO, and they know that he's famous. He has security advantage. They have to call him that he should come and assist them. He caught all of us in a way. But notwithstanding, anybody that go against him will be an enemy of Yoruba land, because Yoruba are in pain of the issue of insecurity. They are in pain. And that's why you realize that it now become an issue between him and the Oyo State governor.
Okay, so if you say anybody who goes against him now is going to be in trouble, something like that, are you supporting the eviction of these people from, or what exactly do you think is the solution to this?
Well, my solution is about using Amotekun to sanitize the Yoruba land. I believe Amotekun has been an outfit approved by the law, by the 6th State House of Assembly, and signed to the law by the 6th Southwest governor. So, if we want to fight it conventionally, unless if we want to go to the other side, we should use Amotekun to complement the effort of the security agencies. The Nigerian police, DSS, Civil Defense Corps, and other national security agencies, like what is happening in the north. So every Yoruba person should back Amotekun to do it. So, and that's a conventional way, unless we want to use as another side. That's conventional way, because you want to use other side, that means you are taking the law, the governor out of power.
What do you mean other side?
I'm saying it. That means you want to take the governor out of power. Because the governor is chief security officer of the state. And they have already agreed to recruit people for security outfits to do their job. So when you say you want to do it for them, it will be a counterproductive. But the governor should do it as early as possible so that it may not lead to another provocation. Because Yoruba is very, very mean to make sure they secure themselves at all means. In the olden days, even in times of many Are Onakakanfo and warrior in Yoruba land, we always have many warriors in Yoruba land, not only Are. Even when Are was installed in 1530, we have Ekumeri. The Ekumeri was the 4 cardinal place of Yoruba land, and each Ekun have a very strong warrior under Are. So it's not only Are that will fight the battle of the Yoruba land, but we must be highly coordinated. And SUNDAYIGBO is coming in his own axis in Okiogun Barakwa, even in Oyo State. So we have a lot of people like that. Event bring more leaders. It should bring more leaders. When people want to be liberated, leader emerge in different angles. But you don't use a leader that is coming from another angle to suppress the leader that have been in trenches for more than 28 years. So I salute the courage of SUNDAYIGBO and his bravery. And definitely, it will be a counterproductive for Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò to attack SUNDAYIGBO. Because I too am in pain of what is happening to my people. What is happening to my people is a challenge to me. So when we have somebody coming out from another angle, it's a support to what I'm having in mind. It's a plus. Now, when all these scenarios have happened, we haven't, from last 2 weeks now, we haven't had any one incident of kidnapping. And when the incident happened now, the governor called an emergency meeting in Akure. And the Mayority Allah went to that meeting. And some of the governors did not come. And there was a resolution yesterday that the governor had banned open grazing. So definitely, it now shows that we are becoming in control of our region. Because for the past 3-4 years, we are losing control. The government are losing control. They were helpless. The conventional security organization in Nigeria, which is the police, were helpless. Because when you arrest them, they will just call somebody in the first headquarters. They will give them order back, and they will release them. And it's very difficult for them to even arrest some of them. And we have the Yoruba people living in the north. I have never heard in one time that Yoruba people cause security threat to the northerner in Sokoto, Kano, Katsina. The Yoruba always been a law-abiding citizen. Anywhere they live, they operate on the comforts of the law and tradition and norms of that areas. Even in the Niger Delta, I've traveled to Port Harcourt many times. I've traveled to Bayelsa. I saw how Yoruba comport themselves. Even some few Yoruba people in the east. I've been in Delta, I've been in Edo. They comport with the tradition and the norms of that area. In the north too, I've been in Katsina, I've been in Kano. You will see how Yoruba respect the emir. They will never constitute security threat. So I want our brothers who are Fulanis and the Arewa Consultative Forum to think about this, that have Yoruba constitute threats in the north before? So why do you support your people that constitute threats in our own region?